Everybody is complaining about Fulani attacks in Edo State because I believe the recent happening in Uromi brought so much to the limelight, which, whether we agree or not, it was a blessing in disguise because so many people claim not to have been aware of what has been going on, certainly are aware now. But we cannot talk about these things without looking into the roles of our traditional rulers in all of these happenings. Because there are certain positions of authority that we dare not question, that we dare not look into. What if those positions are where lies our problem? We are very good at attacking the politicians. Everybody believes the politician is the enemy, they are the problem. They are responsible for everything. We have some traditional rulers that are much worse than the politicians. How many of you know? Your religious leaders, what are their roles in having a better Nigeria? But let's focus on the traditional rulers now. Before I talk more about them, watch this video.
So, did you know that 95% of the Fulanis that you are seeing in your village, we always used to pay your traditional rulers before we landed into your village? But some of you guys don't know anything about it. But seriously, any Fulani that you can see in your village, or any Fulani that can spend like 1 to 3 or 5 months in your village, I see it good. They used to pay your traditional rulers. So we used to pay them money before they would allow us to stay like 1 to 3 months in their places. But if like you just pass, they will not collect them. But if we will come and spend like 3 to 4 months, we must pay them. So I know some of you guys don't know about it. So we used to pay your traditional rulers.
You heard that yourself from the Fulani guy himself. I'm glad that Fulani guy that spoke on that video is enlightened, is educated. So he was able to tell us exactly how it is. Now, would you think that guy you just watched on that video could have lied? He said in every community that they've settled down and be there within 1 month for 5 months, have it in mind that they've paid money to the traditional ruler of that territory. That is an obvious fact. He said not when they walk past your community, when they settle. So which means for every community where there is this header settling, the traditional rulers there are involved. This is no longer a secret. The only people who are shying away of saying the truth are the people who continuously mislead our people into further evils and trouble. We must all learn to say these things as it is, regardless of who it affects. These traditional rulers don't share from our problems. Their wives and children don't go to the farms. At such, they will never be victims of any Fulani attack. They collect money from these people, collect cows from them. Most especially in my place, I'm an Esa man. I now heard some nonsense happening in Esa land, where you see some NEJ of the Esa land giving chieftaincy title to these Hausa Fulani headers. Does that really make sense? When these people settle down in your community, you think they barely come to trade. See, let me tell us, Islamization now a confirmed agenda by the Fulanis. So no matter how they approached you, no matter the friendly manner by which they come, it's a matter of time. They will take over by force. And they are beginning to do it. First of all, now by the time they stop us from farming, we will starve to the extent that we will now believe that food can only come from the north. And before you know, you surrender to their supremacy. Right? And we think we are wise. Now let's look back to the role of our traditional rulers right from the days of slavery. Every now and then we are very quick at attacking the British, the West, for enslaving us. They come into Africa, they gather slaves and take them away. Are we aware that they were not just coming into the village by force to take slaves? Are you aware that they will go to the palace of the highest monarch of the land, wherever of the territory at that time, make some offer, and the king will just say, or the chief, whoever is in charge, will just say, oh yeah, go and pack as many as you can. They were exchanging souls, scores of human, for an ordinary mirror, a bottle of schnapps, this gunpowder, olden days gunpowder, for all manner of things that are worthless today. Our ancestors, our forefathers, were being exchanged by our traditional rulers. Tradition was the only government in place at that time. So if you know about history and you are able to understand the roles of the traditional rulers during the slavery days, you will understand today that they are a major problem. That is why you will not see a traditional ruler talk against politicians. When you see them talking against politicians, just know it is the one that is not dancing to their tune. It's that simple. Whereas a traditional ruler is supposed to be a father and stand in between all. But is that what we have around? No. What I don't understand is this traditional ruler, by the virtue of them being blessed by nature to be king, or chiefs or any J, I don't know. They don't lack anything. So what is their problem? Why would a traditional ruler be greedy? Why would you have open eye on money? What do you need it for? When you already own everybody that has the money around you. The Benin man say, no matter how wealthy you are as a Benin man or as an Esan man, you are under your traditional ruler of your jurisdiction. You are a subject to your king. So why would your king now want to be? It's a very terrible situation. But this video is just to let us know the role of our traditional ruler in the crisis befalling the South today, most especially my state, Edo, and down to my Esan land. Our traditional rulers are not they try you. Are not they try. If that's an area people don't always talk about, I'm starting it. Whatever want to happen, make it happen. Enough of this madness. You cannot continuously sell your people for change. What do you stand to gain? Enough of this rubbish, man. Shit.